All right, questions for Coach. We'll start with Tom Westerholm.
Hey, Brad. Two questions. Rob was pretty disappointed in himself yesterday post-game, and I was just curious, what was supposed to happen defensively on that Sabonis layup at the end, and also what you tell, Rob after a good game and then, maybe kind of a costly error down the stretch?
Well, I won't go into what's supposed to happen. I'm not sure that that's our best idea from a public standpoint, but I think the bottom line is that, a moment of hesitation got Sabonis to step, and that's all all-star needs. And so we just have to be better in that situation generally. I thought Rob did a lot of good things yesterday, but, I think our whole team, we have a lot to improve upon, as we knew we did, a few weeks ago. But saw a couple of areas that I thought were much better, and a couple of areas that we really need to improve.
Brian, Rob.
Hey, Brad. Where do you kind of put transition defense in an area for you guys right now in terms of needing work versus a Pacers team that obviously is very good in that spot?
Well, Brian, I would say that we started so bad transition defensive-wise in the Brooklyn preseason game and in the Milwaukee game at home that we had nowhere to go but up. So if you're asking if it's better, it's way better. Is it good enough? No. That said, I think that, some of our issues yesterday, there were only a couple issues off, made field goals or even field goal attempts. It was mostly off turnovers and or, things that we need to clean up on offense. It's hard to guard a turnover. That's when people get runouts. That's when people get opportunities. You saw that with us. Both teams probably got 6 or 8 points off of turnovers where it's uncontested at the rim. And those are points that, you can't allow against a really good team and that you're dying to get against a really good team.
John Corrales.
Hey, Brett. With the double big lineups after a few games, small sample size, but what have you seen in terms of what they give you defensively, as you said you wanted them to, versus what maybe they might do to the spacing offensively?
Yeah, I thought we spaced really well with those guys at the start of the game. You first 6-8 minutes, we were playing really well offensively. We were generating good looks. I thought that they had a nice awareness to when to roll, when to cut, how to space the floor for our guards. A couple of things that we're trying to do a little bit differently than in the past with those guys. And so I thought that we did that really well. So the hardest part for me right now is gauging, is that more who we are, the start of the game with that group, or is the start of the third quarter more who we are, right? Because they're like two totally different stories. And probably due to, like you said, a lack of sample size, but we've got to get to be the best version of ourselves quickly. I was hopeful that lineup would be very good defensively. I'm still hopeful of that. That said, I think we have to have everything on the table because obviously, we're playing such a tough schedule and it doesn't stop.
Final question for Coach Mark Murphy.
Hey, Brad, just looking back at the start of the third quarter again, what was it, just coming out flat? What happened in that run?
Yeah, like I just said, we came out great at the start of the game, and it was the complete opposite at the start of the third quarter. We just looked a step slow, whether it was on the offensive end when we got caught in traffic or on the defensive end where we didn't react to threats enough. And I thought we played really well for a lot of yesterday's game. And I thought clearly the third quarter was what beat us. This is a good team. You're not going to play perfect. You're not going to keep them from scoring every time down the floor. But I I hope that we can play more like we did in the other 3 quarters tomorrow.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.